Okay, all right. Now let's go through the questions that you did for homework. Jasmine. Okay, all right. 1, 2, 2. Okay, all right. Now, I hope you all have your worksheets with you. Otherwise, it's fine. Actually, question number 1, most of you get it right except for one person. So I'm going to go through that question. Now, before that, okay, now, when, oh, you did? Oh, you did really badly. Okay, now, very quick recap. So the video is on lesson 45, okay? So basically, when we talk about rate, okay, when we talk about rate, it is always based on 1 minute, 1 day, 1 second, 1 hour. Okay, it is always based on per unit.
I thought second is only S.
Okay, it's based on, yeah, sorry, my bad. Okay, so 1S. Okay. Okay, 1S. Second. Okay, it is always based on per unit. Okay. All right, hang on. I'm trying to mark attendance and multitask. So I'm not very good at it, but just bear with me, okay?
Oh yeah, actually, my teacher said that for like minutes, you cannot write just M. You have to write min. Otherwise,
MIN, yes.
they will mark you that you wrote meters, I believe.
Yes, correct. So for time, okay, for time, it is minute without the SR. Make sure you don't have the S there. Hour is without the R. Second is S, not EC. Okay? Okay, so this, you must make sure you take note of this. So it is based on per unit. So that means based on
Then
per
you need to write the
unit
whole entire thing.
of time. For which one?
Day.
Huh?
Day.
Day, yes, because day there is no short form. Month, there is no short form. Year, there is no short form. Not YR, not YR, not MPH. Okay, so there is no short forms or abbreviations for these. You don't have. You have to write them in full. Okay, so please take note. All right. Okay, now I'm gonna go through question 1. Okay. Now, in this question, it says here, remember, it's always based on per unit of time. So, per unit of time. So, this per unit can be in terms of days, minutes, hours, seconds, whichever that is given to you. Okay, so Andy paint a house in 2 days. So, that means in 2 days, he can paint. So this is just on Andy. So in 2 days, Andy can paint 1 house. That means in 1 day, how many houses can he paint? Can he paint 2 houses?
Yes.
Now he has lesser time, right? Can he paint 2 houses?
Oh,
no,
no.
he cannot.
He can only paint half a house.
Yes, he can only paint half a house.
So dividing it by 2.
Correct. So can you see this pattern? So when I divide this by 2, this also divide by 2.
By 2, yeah.
So now if I have 52 days, that means I times 52, right?
Yes.
So this, I must also times 52 to give me 26 houses.
Actually, yeah, both of it works. You can do 52 divided by 2, the one-step method. You still get 26. Or you can do like this to double check, like work backwards, and you can get half times 52 is 26.
But if you follow the first method, it is not foolproof for every question.
Oh, yeah.
So you will actually, in the event that you make a mistake, then you will not be able to backtrack and check what went wrong. But if you do it systematically this way, then you'll be able to check. In the event that you make a calculation error, a misread error, or a transfer error, you can immediately see and backtrack your steps. Okay? So I would encourage to avoid that one step working, okay, unless you're very sure. All right. So like you said, you can still check. Yeah. So yes. So do that. Okay. Now, so this would be 26 houses. Okay. Next question. Yes, Giselle. What's wrong, Giselle? Everybody can see your funny face. Okay, now, so if you look at this, remember, it is based on in this case, you have hours, so it's based on 1 hour. So what does it mean? It means that Terry can paint
4
4
units
fifths,
in 6 hours.
in 6 hours, sorry. So that means, oh, this, I write my time here, right? Can you,
Yes.
sorry. So I write my time here. So that
You
means
usually
here,
convert your time to the amount that's done.
correct. So now, from here, 6 hours Terry took 6 hours to paint 4/5 of a house. That means in 1 hour, how many houses can Terry paint?
You'd have to divide 4/5 of the house divided by 4.
Wait, what
Because-
divided by 4?
Because it asks
Now I want to find out. Now I want to find out per hour first. Okay, I want to find out per hour first. So I divide by 6. I divide this by 6. So what do I have? 4/5 divide by 6.
Yes,
What do I get?
Is
4
215.
over 5 divide by 6 to give me 2
215.
over 15 of a house. Okay?
Yes.
Now, so I know that in 1 hour, so 215 of a house in 1
1
hour.
hour.
Okay. So that means I want to paint this in terms of over 15 will be how much?
3/15.
Okay, so now 1/15 of a house, it can be painted in half an hour. This is okay? Understand this part? So which means that to paint 215 of a house would be, sorry, not 215, 315 of a house would be
1.5
half an hour
hours.
times 3 to give me
1.5 hours.
1.5 hours. Can follow?
Yes.
Okay, it is done by steps like this. Anyone has any question? Evan, okay? Ken? Okay, think so. The rest of you? Okay, now let's look at question number 3. So in question number 3, you have printer P, so that means 6 minutes, 162 pages, and 11 minutes, 275 pages. Now, when we want to make comparison, it is
You must
always
find
based
in
on
1 minute. 1 minute.
correct. So to find in 1 minute, I divide by 6, and this I have to divide by 11. I have to do the same on the right-hand side. So that means in 1 minute will be
1 minute
162.
for printer P is 162 divided by 6. That would give you 27. For printer Q, 275 divided by 11. That would give you 25.
Thank you. Okay, so everyone got this?
Which means printer Q prints faster.
So how many more pages can the so which printer is the faster printer?
P.
P. Okay, so P, so this is the faster printer. Okay, so all you need to do is to take the difference here, which is actually 2. How many more pages can the faster printer print? 2. Yeah, so that's why your answer is not correct. Okay, now if I look at the rest of you, your answers for question 3, some of you actually put 25, some of you put 27. You must read the question. What is the question asking? Okay, so be very careful. Now, for the next question, question number 4, Okay. Now, some of you wrote down the wrong values. Okay, so again, we follow the same concept as what we have done. Question 2. Okay, now someone asked me to explain question 2 again, so I'm just going to go back the 1 hour part. Which one? The red or blue? Red or blue? Blue, okay. Now, so we know that, yes, I'm going to use a different color, green. So we know that in 1 hour, Terry can paint 2/15 of a house. So that means in to paint 2/15 of a house, Terry took 1 hour. Right? Now, to paint 1/15 of the house, I divide by 2. How long does she take to paint the house? Divide by 2, right? So that's half an hour. But because how long would he take to paint 1/5 of the same house, which is equal to 3/15. So I find 3/15 of a house. What do I do? Times 3. So that's times 3 times 3 to give me 3/2 of an hour, which is equals to 1.5 hours. Got it? Is that okay? Yes? Can I? So I'm going to go on to number 4. So same process for number 4. Okay, now, so we have a printer can print 200 pages in 30 seconds. That means 200 pages, 30 seconds.
Which you could also
means
say is half a minute.
Half a minute. Oh, okay. I can also say half a minute. Okay. Now, I want to make it into 1 minute, always per unit of time, right? So that means to find 1 minute, I have to times
By
2.
2.
That means,
This is 45.
okay, so 400 pages in 1 minute. Okay, so to print, how much? How many? 18,000.
You have to do 18,000 divided by 400. That would be 45.
So 18,000 divided by 400 times 1 minute, right?
Yes.
To give me 45 minutes.
Yes.
Okay, got it? Everyone okay? How did I get this wrong? Huh? Okay, I don't know how you get it. Which one? This question. I'm not sure how you get this wrong. Or alternatively, you remember Gordon just now mentioned the 1-step answer. So because I already have this, so I just need to take 18,000 divided by 400 to also give me
45.
45 minutes. Okay? Alternatively, you can do that. But I prefer to have it done in the same steps as what we have always been doing. So that way, because we are consistent in our working, we will not forget how to do this. Okay? We will not be confused, what divide by what? Okay? So that's something that you have to take note of. All right? So this one would be 45 minutes. Okay, now, so what do we have here? So it says, Betty takes 3 hours to travel from A to B. So we have city A to city B. Okay, when I look at this question, it reminds me of speed, which is not wrong because speed is also rate because it is distance traveled per unit time. It's the same, except that at P5, we haven't learned speed yet. Okay, so now, so we know that Betty would take 3 hours to travel from A to B, and Tina would take 5 hours to travel from B to A. Now, so from here, can you see that we have to make that relationship? You can only, always remember, when you have 2 items, you can only make comparison only when it is based on the same time. So in this case, if I were to compare